Thank you for downloading the TheFlixters podcast. On this week's episode,
he, obviously the star of Prison Break, he's turned around and he said that he's exiting the show, and the reason why is because, and this is in quote,
that's fantastic. Maybe that's how they can also win this week's Rakuten movie, Rakuten movie code. So yes, all you got to do is listen to the show on YouTube, make a comment on YouTube in the future. So he's gonna play this role for the fourth time. This Mike Banning character. I mean, how many things are going to fall? I mean, what's going on? Yeah, what's going on? Next, they're going to call it Gravity Has Fallen, and then that's going to be taking a piss. I mean, what's going on here?
God, man, the whip! I want to see the whip. I want to see her pull out the whip.
I bet you do.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of The Flixters. Listen, Deval, I just want to remind you and remind everyone else out there, 2.5 years ago, we started this pod. This is 2.5 years, bro. This is what 2.5 years sounds like, doing a podcast.
No way. 2.5 years?
2.5 years.
No, you're pulling my leg, man. Come on.
No, man. I'm not pulling your legs. No.
Damn. So what's that I can feel? Let me look under the table. Who is that down there?
It ain't me, mate. I don't know what you got down there. Okay. But listen, folks, listeners, Flixters out there, you're listening to the show. And remember, we're putting in the time for you guys, right? So listen, we want you to like, subscribe, and enjoy the shows. This is 2.5, and we'll see you at the other end of another 2.5. So Devaldo, let's crack into movie news now. This guy, man, Gerard Butler, is he a big movie star, or is he just been in big movies?
I like the way you put that. It's a bit of both, you know. It's a bit of both, yeah. Because
300 for me was you know what? I love that movie. 300. You know, he's been in the London Has Fallen.
P.S. I Love You. What's the other film he was in again? Law Abiding Citizen, which is a good film actually. That's a really good film. For me, 300, Law Abiding Citizen. That's enough.
Gerard Butler's in our movie news, Devaldo. Why?
Oh, this guy, man, he can't stop making these movies. Okay, so he plays a character called Mike Banning. I'm pretty sure many people would have heard of who Mike Banning is, but yeah, Mike Banning is what is he? Is he Secret Service or something like that?
Yeah.
And he is in, oh my gosh, what was the first one? Olympus Has Fallen.
Olympus Has Fallen. London Has Fallen.
I can't even keep count, but yeah, Olympus Has Fallen. Was it London Has Fallen next? After that, we had, what else was falling? Let me see what else was falling.
There's one way Angel has fallen. That was with him.
Him and Morgan Freeman were doing like Lethal Weapon kind of thing.
Yeah.
And now the Knight is going to fall as well. So Knight is going to fall in in the future. So he's going to play this role for the fourth time. This Mike Banning character. I mean, how many things are going to fall? I mean, what's going on? Yeah, what's going on? Next, they're going to call it Gravity Has Fallen, and then that's going to be taking a piss. I mean, what's going on here?
Gosh,
you know what?
This guy's on a roll, man.
He's on a roll, and you know what? It's one of those ones where I think, because you know, in the box office, it took a lot of money. You know, it took 180 million, and you know, like Olympus and London Has Fallen took some big box office returns, and I think that's the only reason why they're making more. I mean, the actual films are not all that good. I'm not going to lie, they're not all that good.
I know.
Special effects, you can see all the explosions are like, you know, special effects explosions and stuff like that. But I don't know what it is. People like those sorts of films. I don't know. It's kind of like his version of his John Wick. But I think John Wick obviously is better. But it's one of those films that they just sort of make like a classic Hollywood action film, and they didn't know it was going to be so good, and now they have to make more.
You know what? You hit the nail on the head. So, folks, check it out. If you haven't seen those Fallen movies, I've seen the first one. I haven't seen the second one, and I think I've seen clips online of the third one. So, yeah, that's as far as I go on that one. But, yeah, Gerard Butler is going to be returning, so go check that one out. It's interesting. Next piece of news. Now, this We haven't even seen A Quiet Place #2, and they're already talking about A Quiet Place #3. So what's going on there, Deval?
Yeah, man, people are making noise. So A Quiet Place 3, you're right. We haven't seen 2 yet. That's been delayed until 2021, I think April or May. But yeah, we've heard news that in 2022, they are due to release. So they're going to start making A Quiet Place 3 soon, I guess. And in 2022, they're going to release A Quiet Place 3 by director Jeff Nichols, who made Mud. Mud stars
Okay.
Matthew McConaughey. Let me say his surname, McConaughey,
Yeah.
or whatever it is. Matthew McConaughey and Ty Sheridan, who was Cyclops. Reese Witherspoon's in it. Sarah Paulson's in that one. But Mud's meant to be quite a good film. And
Yeah, I've heard
so
about
he's going
that.
to
Yeah.
going to be releasing that. So let's see how that one goes. Really, I just want to see a part 2. I mean, I know
I
part 1
want
was really, really good, but part 2, I'm not sure if it's going to be as good. But we just don't know yet, do we?
exactly. Yeah, looking forward to that one. So I'm afraid we're going to have to wait until 2021 for that one. Now, let's check this piece of news out. Now, Karen Gillan, British, well, she's Scottish, and she's, I've been kind of like a fan of hers for a really long time. She was in Doctor Who, and, she was in, loads of seasons of Doctor Who, and then obviously transitioned into this kind of big Hollywood movie star, obviously. Got into the MCU and also in Jumanji, which I thought she was really good at. Now, from those movies, you can clearly see she would be really good, taking the lead. Actually, I'm not sure. Has she been in a movie where she's the lead actress, Deval?
Yeah, she has. Yeah, she has actually. Well, there's one that she actually directed herself.
Nice.
What's that one called again? I can't remember now. That one was, I think, it wasn't called Selfie, was it? No, that's a series. It was a film that she wrote and directed herself actually, and she was like the main star.
Yeah.
How many
Yeah,
times
yeah,
can I
yeah.
say main? But yeah, and that actually done really, really well. Critics said it was quite a good, I guess, attempt at her first, directorial sort of debut and writing and stuff like that. So I think she does have the credentials and the ability to lead a film.
Yeah. So what's going on? Are we going to see her in something where she's going to be taking the lead more? Or
Yeah, this one's going to be a sort of assassin style kind of movie. And this one is going to be coming out, I believe, in 2021. I believe it should be anyway, but you never know these days. But it's also going to co-star Lena Headey, who was, Cersei in Game of Thrones. So
yeah.
should be quite interesting to see how they as two strong stars can coexist. I'm not sure exactly. I know Karen Gillan's going to be the assassin, and it's going to be actually this one's going to be quite a female-led cast from what I understand.
Because in do you remember that movie, the Sylvester Stallone movie, Assassin is Sylvester Stallone and Antonio Banderas.
Oh yes, yeah.
And so it's basically kind of, it could be, I mean, I don't know anything about this movie, but it could be, imagine the roles being flipped. So they have two females, Karen Gillan playing the younger kind of assassin out for, the older assassin. So it could be interesting. Actually, sounds pretty good. Yeah, so we'll keep an eye on that one.
It's going to be called Gunpowder Milkshake. That's the name of it.
Wow. Bloody
Gunpowder
hell.
Milkshake. So yeah, so it's like a secret sisterhood of assassins, and I guess they probably have to fight the people that train them. That's usually what happens, isn't it? So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with that one. That sounds pretty good. All right, okay, a couple of weeks ago, or maybe even last episode, I don't know, we brought you the news that Johnny Depp, he said basically goodbye to his fantastic Beast role. I think he played like Grindelwald, I think it was, in that movie, which I haven't seen, by the way. And he's basically said, look, they asked him to leave. Warner Brothers said, look, you're going to have to leave because of this whole shit that was going on, behind the scenes. But who could be taking his place, Deval?
Your mate, Mads Mikkelsen.
Mads.
And it's all speculation, by the way. This hasn't been confirmed yet, but I've seen some sort of fan art of him in the same kind of makeup, and they can do anything these days. But yeah, he looks like a good replacement for he was Grim. I can't even say it, Grindelwald.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Grindelwald.
Did I say it right? Grindelwald. What kind of names are these?
Grindelwald.
How do you see a baby and think, hello, baby, I'm going to name you Grindelwald?
Grindelwald.
Just like a Grindelwald. What kind of name is that for a kid?
Oh, jeez. It's true, but Mads is a great actor. I mean, like, we've seen him obviously in MCU. He's Caecilius. He was good as a villain. Hannibal. James Bond, and
Oh
I'm
yes,
sure he's been in
yes,
other stuff as well. He's been in loads of
yeah.
stuff.
He's good, and I think his accent is just a part of his
Yeah,
character. I do like it. Is he
yeah,
Danish
he is
or
Danish.
something? Mm.
Yes,
Yeah,
he's
there you
yeah, he's
go. So,
Danish. Yeah, he's good. Yeah, I
mm,
saw him in. Yeah, I've seen him in quite a few stuff, and he's really good. So if that happens, that's actually good.
mm.
Maybe no controversy over there. So keep the fans happy as well. All right, now still with Warner Brothers, because Warner Brothers, they're behind. Obviously the Fantastic Beasts and stuff. They're also behind Wonder Woman 1984. So this is pretty big news. So obviously we didn't know what was going on. Is it going to be coming out this year? Is it going to come out next year? So now, Deval, what have they decided? What have the movie gods decided?
Boy, mate, this was, when I found out about this, I was doing backflips,
This is mad, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, Christmas Day, to get a present like this, Wonder Woman 84 to be released in theaters, limited theaters, obviously, but also on HBO Max on Christmas Day. Wonder Woman 84, that is going to be decent. So far, all the big major films have, delayed their release because of the pandemic. The box office is pretty much shut down in a lot of countries. So, releasing a film is like, it's just not going to financially bode well. So they're looking at different ways, and it looks like the online platforms, Disney Plus, Netflix, Amazon. We saw Borat 2 come out on Amazon.
Yeah.
It looks like, Warner Brothers and DC are leading the way by releasing such a big film in the home, pretty much. So, yeah, you know what? I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
That's my present for Christmas. Mhm.
Now, see, the thing is, back in England, can you subscribe to? Is there a HBO Max that you can subscribe to?
You know what? I've not looked into it, but I will look into it because I want to make sure on Christmas Day I am also watching Wonder Woman 84.
Yeah,
so
man.
by any means necessary.
No, it's true. I mean, luckily, over here, they'll be, obviously the cinemas have been open for a while now, so obviously I'll be able to go check it out in the cinema. But if I wasn't, then I'd be exactly in the same boat. But I'm not sure if they've got HBO Max over here, so I don't know how that's going to work in other countries. But hey ho, it's going to be great, man. And I bet you other companies, i.e. Disney, they are going to be looking to see exactly how this performs. And maybe they should have done this with Tenet. Who knows? I don't know, because Tenet, obviously they were expecting more money from Tenet. Maybe this could be kind of lead the way for big blockbusters, forthcoming. So we'll see what happens with that one. Also with HBO now. We spoke a tiny bit about this on last week's episode. Now, folks, if you haven't heard last week's episode, we get into the whole kind of consoles, because obviously around the worldwide release of PlayStation 5, Deval has been trying to get hold of one. And it's basically sold out. People over here in Australia are going mad for it as well. But yeah, we started speaking about obviously these consoles, these games. And there's one game that I've played on the PlayStation. It's brilliant. It's called The Last of Us. And HBO... they are going to greenlight, they're working on this pilot, and then they're looking to kind of make this into a whole big series. So a Last of Us TV show on HBO. This is Matt Devaldo, the atmosphere, the gameplay on that. It looks amazing. It is amazing. Man, this can only mean one good things, right?
Can only mean good things. I mean, I've never actually played The Last of Us. Is it about, is it zombies, or is it a virus, or do you know what's happened?
Yeah, so there's a virus that's been unleashed on the whole world, and there's one girl, she's basically immune to the whole virus, and she has to get across one place over to the next, and she kind of gets the help of, I think his name is Joel. I think the character's name in the game is Joel. And yeah, man, so obviously there's a lot of fighting, there's a lot of shooting, there's a lot of kind of things that you got to kind of what they call puzzles to kind of solve as well. So there's all this stuff going on. The atmosphere, the music, the gameplay, man, it's brilliant. The cutscenes, it's like watching a movie. Like seriously, it is like watching a movie. So if they can capture that, then this could be the best movie, film adaptation, game adaptation like there is, man. If they can get this right, seriously, or TV adaptation.
Damn, I'm looking forward to it. I've seen the graphics of, I think, The Last of Us Part 2 when that came out. I remember seeing the trailers on telly, and I wasn't sure if I was watching a film or a game. It took a few seconds before I realized, oh, this is a game, because the graphics look so good. There's a close up of the girl, she's like breathing heavy, and I think she's hiding from some sort of monster or something. And yeah, it just looks so real. So yeah, if they can do this right, then yeah, I mean, like we said last week, the video game industry is worth more than the music industry and the movie industry put together.
Yeah, believe it.
So it's crazy out there.
Yeah, so the guys behind it, so the people who are going to be working on this they've worked on Chernobyl, they've worked on Game of Thrones.
Chernobyl, you know what? Say no more. That's it. Say no more.
Exactly.
This is going to be heavy. Say no more.
It's going to be great. That is
heavy,
it.
Heavy.
I know. Now, did you know, Devaldo, that CW, our friends at the CW, they are going to be coming up with a Wonder Girl TV series. They've got, at the moment, they've got The Flash, they've got Legends of Tomorrow, they've got a new Batwoman, who there's some kind of like teaser stuff going on over this. So there's going to be Batwoman. They've changed the name from the Arrowverse to the CW verse, I think, or something like that, which is kind of like a bit strange. But they're adding a Wonder Girl TV series, and it's the guy behind it is going to be Greg Berlanti. He's behind the whole of kind of all those shows. Yara Flor is the new Wonder Woman.
Okay. That's Wonder Woman, like a girl version, isn't it? And
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So Yara Flor, she's kind of like she's an Amazonian warrior and a Brazilian river god who takes up the mantle of Wonder Girl, and that's the one that they're going to focus on in this TV show. So it's going to be Yara Flor, and man, she's going to flipping have the whip. I want to see the whip. I want to see her pull out the whip.
I bet you do.
This is going to be great, and people are really getting on board with this because
you tell the truth.
I will be. I'll tell her anything. But this whole thing about they want to show kind of people diversity on screen. So this is going to be kind of like a Latina version of the character, and a bit more color out there. If you catch my drift. So yeah, this will be interesting, and can't wait to see that. So we'll see what happens. And still waiting for Wonder Woman 84. We'll have to see how that one kind of pans out. So this should be pretty good. All right, what else is big in the news, Devaldo? Let's see. I'm plucking through these ones. Okay, how could we miss this?
Deadpool
3.
Yeah, it's happening.
There's someone called Wendy Molyneux and Lizzie Molyneux.
What?
They've been tapped to write Deadpool numero 3. So Ryan Reynolds is actually going to be back for this, right? So he's apparently, remember we said on the show, we didn't know if there's going to be one. Is it going to be kind of like a PG-13? But apparently it's going to be happening, and they've already got the writers, and they've tapped these two people. So Wendy Molyneux and Lizzie Molyneux Loglin. So apparently meetings have been taking place over the past few weeks with Reynolds meeting various writers, hearing the pitches, and these two were basically chosen. But we don't know if the director of Deadpool number 2 is going to be on board. He also directed Atomic Blonde. So yeah, man, we're going to have to wait and see. But yeah, this is looking like as if Deadpool 3 is on, folks.
Yeah, it's happening. I saw some news about this as well myself the other day. And she's part of the Bob's Burgers crew.
Is it?
So she writes for Bob's Burgers, like a cartoon kind of thing. It's like a adult cartoon type thing that comes on.
Okay.
Yeah, and she's part of the and the funny thing is, a lot of these Marvel sort of films and shows are snapping up the writers from these adult cartoon shows. We've had from is it Ant-Man and the Wasp? I think they've got the writers of Rick and Morty. So a few writers from Rick and Morty have joined the Marvel crew, and they've started to write for different films and the shows that might come on Disney Plus. So it seems like they kind of want that kind of fresh talent of adult humor and sort of a bit of lightness and a bit of light humor as well, because Marvel is that kind of tone, isn't it? So yeah, do you know what I mean? This sounds like it could be good. I hope it's going to be good. I just hope they don't lose the intimacy of Deadpool 1, because now they've got more money, they've got more more explosions and more all that kind of stuff. But I want it to stay a bit intimate as well.
I know. I'm hoping that they can kind of bring because sometimes when they work with less budget, they get creative and they do stuff. Man, don't mess this up. And beyond Deadpool 3, Devaldo, I mean, Ryan Reynolds, do you reckon we're going to see him in other like MCU movies?
Well, with a filter. I mean, him as an
Yeah.
actor. You mean, as in like,
No, I'm talking about like Deadpool. Like, I mean, the
oh,
actual
okay,
kind
okay,
of.
okay. Yeah, I mean, yes and no. I mean, him as a character, to put him in like, I don't know, Spider Man, he's got to be filtered. He can't be unless he makes a short cameo appearance and just takes the piss out of it, and we somehow, they cut out all the sort of madness, and I don't know.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting to see him pop up in Spider Man, or someone else that's the opposite of his character, someone that's a
sure.
bit more serious. So I don't know. It'd be interesting. Yeah, it'd be interesting.
Yeah, it would be interesting. Yeah, so obviously that's great news. Deadpool 3 is going to happen and we'll keep you posted on all of that. Now, this next piece of news. Now, take this with a pinch of salt. Obviously, it's a rumor at the moment. We hate spreading rumors, but it's something that it actually sounds quite plausible. But check this out. So, Star-Lord, aka Chris Pratt, apparently is going to be joining the cast of Thor: Love and Thunder. It makes sense because remember at the end of Endgame, Thor he goes off with the Guardians of the Galaxy, right?
Yep, that's right. That's right.
So could this then be kind of like a linking up where Chris Pratt, Star-Lord, he kind of is shuffled in somewhere with, with Thor and, whatever he gets up to in this next one. And obviously, again, it's just a rumor, but I like the sound of it because obviously those two, they had a great kind of comedic chemistry, on screen, taking the piss out of each other. Like, you remember he tries to imitate his voice and stuff, and all the other Guardians are like, "Why are you changing your voice,
Oh
Quill?"
yeah.
That is so funny. So if they bring us that, I'm more than happy. Other piece of news, obviously, Christian Bale. He's in Australia or New Zealand, wherever it is. And apparently Natalie Portman was kind of seen somewhere at the Fox Studios in Sydney, I think is where they might be filming. So, the clan, everyone's getting together. Maybe we're seeing Star-Lord. It would be good, right?
That'd be very good. Yeah, do it.
Do
Looking
it.
forward to it. I think there's going to be a massive bottleneck of movies that are going to be released after the sort of pandemic has eased, because just imagine all the delays that have happened, and
Yeah.
things were already written, and it's just going to be a massive influx of new content. So I'm looking forward to it.
Going to be great. All right. Okay. Now you've got some big news for us as well on this next one. So I'm really eager to hear this.
Yeah, so Marvel have announced, they've given us some announcements, some news about Black Panther 2. Still no title yet. A lot of people were obviously, asking questions about what would happen after the sad passing away of Chadwick Boseman. And Marvel obviously issued a statement saying that, they, respectfully, honor him, and they're sad for his passing, but they're not going to say anything yet. It's just not the right, it's just out of respect. You can't really talk about business at a time like that. So they let some time pass, but it looks like they have started to, get things going again, and they are looking at casting. They are looking at, a possible sort of character shift in that, Shuri may take up the mantle of the Black Panther. Because in the comics, it has the mantle has passed to her before. There was a period of time when Black Panther was stuck in a limbo of some sorts, and she had to take on the mantle while he was obviously in limbo, doing what he was doing. And yeah, so that's something that could happen. But then people are also asking, what's going to happen with the power of the Black Panther, because Killmonger burned all the heart shaped herb garden. So maybe they've got some more stashed away. Maybe she might use her tech to give her powers. Who knows what's going to happen? But it looks like she's going to be the one that takes over the mantle of the Black Panther. But also they've also announced the main villain. Well, you know what, I
Ooh.
say main villain, but Marvel always they're pulling tricks, aren't they? So maybe he might not be the main villain, but he is definitely going to be a villain in Black Panther 2.
So
And
who are we talking about?
this actor that is going to be the villain is going to be an actor called Tenoch Huerta.
Oh,
Tenoch
okay.
Huerta.
Where have I
So
heard this
Tenoch
name?
Huerta, he was in Narcos Mexico.
Ah, okay. All right.
So
Okay. I'm just
he was
pulling
a
up his
character
picture
called
now.
Raphael. Raphael was a bit of a naughty boy. He was one of the sort of narcos that was working with the main guy. What's his name again? Miguel. So he was quite
Diego
dark
Luna.
skinned. This guy was quite dark skinned. He had long hair, and he was a bit of a rebel. He was always going out, getting in trouble. There was a moment we had a pool party in Narcos, and I think he done something bad and he got in trouble. But if you cast your mind back, or even go into IMDb and check out his name, his face will tell you who he is. And just by the way he looks, some people are saying he might be Namor, the Submariner. We don't know,
Oh,
so we just don't know. But this is something that I've only seen him in Narcos, so I'm not sure what his English is like or anything like that. So
yeah.
I'm not sure. So I'm not sure where he could derive from as well. So, like, in the sort of the world in Black Panther. So, yeah, it's interesting, but it's good to see that they've started to announce some
Yeah.
things on
Yeah,
Black
it's
Panther
good.
2. That's going to start filming from July or June 2021.
Okay. So they get filming July 2021, but we won't see it until the year after that, right?
Yeah, until I believe 2022, late 2022, I believe.
Okay. All right. Well, folks, there you have it. So we still got some time left yet. And obviously, over the coming months and like year or whatever, news will start trickling through and we will let you know. Okay. Let's end off movie news with one piece, which I kind of found interesting. And I think you brought us this news. You said kind of like a while ago that Prison Break was going to get rebooted. And we were like, yeah, great, Prison Break. And you jokingly said, like, how many times are they going to be breaking out of stuff? Like, how many times can you keep telling this story? But, obviously, fans have been gripped. I think it went on to like 5 or 6 seasons and stuff. The first like 2 or 3 were like really, really good. And then it kind of waned off. But Wentworth Miller, obviously played Lincoln Burrows, wasn't it? Was it Lincoln Burrows?
No, Wentworth Miller was Michael Schofield.
Michael Schofield, sorry. He, obviously the star of Prison Break, he's turned around and he said that he's exiting the show. And the reason why is because, and this is in quote, I just don't want to play straight characters. That's what he's turned around and said. So apparently he's not, he's not going to basically win it. He thanked his fans for support. He just said that, what, he's done with it. I'm out of Prison Break officially, he wrote. That's what he says. He's out.
He's out. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's big. I mean, yeah,
What?
he's sticking to his guns. I guess that's. I mean, a lot of people are going to be gutted about that, especially not just the fans, but some of the other actors and cast and so on.
Yeah.
That were hopefully going to make a buck from and doing that work. But
I know.
I guess he's sticking to his guns. I mean,
Exactly.
yeah.
And Dominic Purcell, who plays his brother in the show, he turned around and said, "It was fun, mate. What a ride it was. Fully support and understand your reasoning. Glad you have made this decision for your health and your truth." So, like, yeah, it seems like as if it's official.
Okay.
So what are they going to do? There's no Prison Break without him, or what? They're just going to focus maybe on the brother?
I mean, no, they have to both be in it, unless they somehow kill him off screen.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Yeah, it's interesting actually, but I can imagine a lot of people are gutted about that because people's work have been affected from the pandemic, and the fact that this isn't going to happen now. Yeah, I mean, I'm not too fussed myself. I've not seen the last 2 series, I think, because it's just got out of hand. I mean, you break out of prison, you break in, you break out, you break in. It's like, in, out, shake it all about, do the hokey cokey, and
It's true, man. That's what it's like, man. Seriously, it is. That's what it was like. Like I said before, the first couple of seasons were like really good, and then it kind of just trailed off. But listen, yeah. So obviously, any news on that, we will let you know. And fans of Prison Break, get in touch with us. What are you pissed off? If you are, let us know on Instagram or on YouTube. Oh, by the way, Deval, have we told everyone how they can listen, another way for them to listen to the show?
Another way? What, you mean on Spotify, or you mean on iTunes or Apple?
On YouTube.
Oh, on YouTube, yeah? Okay.
Yeah, people can
Wow.
listen to our show on YouTube. You literally
I
just
don't know.
type in
Yeah,
the Flixters. I know,
I know.
I know. Yeah. The Flixters, and you know what, folks? You can get access
Mm,
to the podcast if you're not listening. You know, if maybe you're doing something else and you're watching a video, and hey, let me see the Flixters and listen to what they're doing. Yeah,
that
so
is
we're on YouTube as
fantastic.
well.
That's fantastic. Maybe that's how they can also win this week's Rakuten movie.
Ah, tell us, tell
Rakuten
us.
movie code. So yes, all you got to do is listen to the show on YouTube, make a comment on YouTube, whatever comment you want. Whether you like it, whether you don't, it's up to you. Make a comment on YouTube and I'll send you that Rakuten movie code so you can get a free movie to watch in the comfort of your own home.
Perfect. All right, okay, let's check out Box Set Watches, Devaldo. What you got for us?
So Street Fighter, perfect. Yes.
That's actually quite good.
Win. Perfect. I love that, Yeah.
Well, okay, Street Fighter on PlayStation 5, man. What are they going to do for that? That's got to be
mate, when it comes
next
out,
gen.
trust me, all the fighting
Chun-Li
games,
better
Soul
come out of the
Calibur,
screen.
imagine her thighs are going to be all HD, like 8K.
Oh my gosh, man.
Oh yeah, so trailers this week. First one is one that you can actually buy on Amazon, not just watch for free, but it's also for free on BBC. And this one's called Small Axe. It's a TV miniseries directed by Steve McQueen and also co-written by him as well. It features a lot of stars: John Boyega. It's got Letitia Wright, who we mentioned before, Shuri. Robbie G is in it as well. Michael Ward, who was in what was he in? He was in Gordon Bennett. He was in that was that? Yeah, he was in that blues story movie, the sort of inner city London one, and he was also in what's the one that came on Netflix? The boys one, something boys, like East London, like gangs and all that. With Usher D was in it as well.
Oh, Top Boy.
Top Boy, that's it. My mind went blank. Top Boy, something boys. Top Boy, yeah. Sorry.
Top Boy, yeah.
So there's a lot of UK talent in this one actually.
Wow, okay.
And it's a different mini stories actually, mini series based on real life experiences of London's West Indian community, set between 1969 and 1982, when you were a wee child.
Weed Child. Oh my gosh, yeah. God, I'm just reading up on this. Looks good.
It's meant to be really good. So I haven't started watching it yet. First episode came on BBC here in the UK last week, and it went crazy on social media. People were loving it. It's meant to be quite hard and gritty as well. So yeah, decent. But yeah, give that one a watch on BBC, or if you've got Amazon, you can go there and find it too.
Exactly. Next up, what's this one? So High Ground.
Yeah, High Ground. It's a short movie, just a spin-off from the sort of Star Wars Revenge of the Sith, when Obi-Wan says to Anakin, "I have the high ground."
Oh my gosh, is it? They done that?
I'm joking.
Oh shit! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, Duvaldo, stop doing that. Anakin,
Sorry.
you can't possibly win. I have the high ground.
I know.
Yeah.
Every time I hear someone say high ground, that's all I think of. And then cut off their legs. And the high ground is it's close to home for you actually. It's a film based in Australia in a bid to save the last of his family. A young Aboriginal man teams up with an ex-soldier to track down the people that have brought danger to his territory, and I think they've tried to kill his uncle or killed his uncle. This is based in 1919.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah,
Deep.
so this is back in the days when obviously the Europeans went to Australia, and this is after that's happened. So after all those atrocities, and they've taken over and killed lots of Aboriginal people, and then the sort of the years of, I don't know what to call it, settling or whatever.
Yeah.
Years of transition, and so this Aboriginal man is teaming up with a European soldier to try and track down the people that have brought danger to his village. But yeah, this trailer looks decent. It looks decent.
Yeah.
It kind of reminded me of The Nightingale, the film I saw a few weeks ago.
Yeah, you did. Yeah,
came out in 2018. Really, really good film that was. This kind of reminds me of that a little bit. So yeah, this is good. Looks good. It stars Simon Baker,
good.
who was in.
I've seen him.
Simon
He's been
Baker
in Mentalist, I think.
That's the one. Oh, you got good memory, man. Shit.
The
Good memory, yeah.
Mentalist, yeah.
And
So
it was
he's
also in
yes.
Land of the
Oh,
Dead. Land of the Dead.
is it? So okay, so he's an Australian. So I didn't even know that he's an Australian actor.
Oh, he's Australian in real life. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just doing it right now. Just having a look. Yeah, wow. He's a Simon Lucas Bay Australian actor. Yep. Wow.
There you go. Okay.
There you
Yeah,
go.
it's
All
close to
right.
home for him
Okay.
too.
Well, it is, yeah. Now this next one, you know what? I haven't seen the trailer for this, but I've read a little bit about this. Now it's called Breach, and it's got
Yeah.
Bruce Willis in this. But Bruce Willis doing a sci-fi movie, is that right?
Yep, Bruce Willis in space. So this
Oh
is
my gosh!
this is about saving humanity. Humanity obviously trashed the Earth like we're doing, and they have to go to a new Earth to settle. So there's lots of humans on this ship going, warp speed, and somebody finds out on the ship somehow there's a sort of creature that's on the ship trying to kill everyone. And who we're going to call, obviously not the Ghostbusters, but Bruce Willis is there. It's like Die Hard in space. So yeah, so these creatures look, they kind of infest your body, and you got this black sort of tar looking substance coming out your mouth, and you kind of look like a zombie, but I don't know, you're alienified. But it's a
Mm.
breach. It's a breach. So only Bruce Willis can save people with guns and witty one-liners, standing still because he's obviously 60 something, and shooting. So yeah, that's it. Breach. It looks alright though. It looks fun.
Yeah, it stars Thomas Jane, the Punisher.
Oh, is he in it as well? I didn't realize. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he is. Yeah.
yeah,
So
he's in it
it's
as well.
punishing. hmm
He's going
This
to be
is out in
Punisher
December the 18th.
December 18th. So that's going to be like VOD, right?
It says out in theaters, but I don't believe it. Yeah, so I think yeah, probably part theater and part on demand.
Part VOD. All right. Okay. Now this next one, man. Listen, I know you've told me about this. You've told me before. Watch Servant season 1, and the thing is, I've got flipping Apple TV as well, so I can just basically put it on. And they're already going to be doing a season 2. So shit, the trailer's already out. Tell us about this.
Mates, you're on a lay. If you ain't seen it yet, you need to.
I know, man.
Honestly, it's a good.
Shit.
It's M Night Shyamalan, man. Honestly,
This
and
guy
it's got the guy from.
after Glass, Matt. No, not Glass. After Split.
No, it was Glass. Where they were
Was
pushing
it
and
Glass?
shoving.
Oh, shoving. Oh my gosh. But yeah, tell us about this.
Yeah, so season 1 was really good. It's got what's his name? Toby Kebbell. It's got Rupert Grant or Grint from Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
And it's about this baby who you ain't seen season 1, have you?
No. But I know it's about like a baby who's possessed or who's the Antichrist or something.
Yeah, well, I'm not. No, but I'm not gonna spoil it for you because it's worth a watch. But yeah, something happens, and the baby is central to what happens, and they bring on a nanny to try and help out and stuff, and it's just very disturbing and twisted and just a bit weird, a bit M Night Shyamalan, But it's half an hour episodes each, really quick episodes, only eight episodes, I think, in the first season.
Yeah,
and season 2 now is going to kick off as well, and it looks just as weird. I can't wait for it. As soon as it comes out, I'm starting it.
Okay, great.
Straight away. So yeah, season 2 is coming out. When's season 2 coming out? Oh, soon. I think it's December as well, I think.
Okay, so December. All right, okay, yeah. So I'm going to have to check out season 1 before basically this year's over. What's next on the list? Okay, Alien Worlds season 1. So now,
Yep.
the debate, Devaldo, do aliens exist? Is there life, extraterrestrial life out there? And we've spoken about it on the show before. And you know what, man, it's possible. There's too many galaxies out there. Why haven't they shown themselves? That's another question. But
I mean, why should they?
Why should is another question. Why should they? Are we ready? Are humans ready for first contact?
I don't think we're worthy. I think if aliens do exist out there and they've seen our civilization, I mean, what can we do for them? We're already, messing up each other.
Exactly. Give them corona.
So I don't know if maybe if they would want to reveal themselves to us. But either way, I mean, yeah, this season, or this series, I should say, is narrated by David Attenborough. And it's looking at, lots of scientists are looking at alien worlds, and it's well. Let me put it in this way. David Attenborough's sort of natural worlds and his documentaries where he goes around the world looking at animals and he sort of narrates over them and stuff like that. You know that, yeah?
Yeah.
So he does the same thing, but they're off on alien worlds and they're looking at in different, alien planets or moons or places that they've discovered. They're looking at what alien life might look like on those places.
Oh.
So they might go to, I don't know, they might go to Triton. That's like a planet a moon of Saturn. And because it's like lots of methane on that moon, it's so cold. So the methane is like water. It's like liquid form. So they're looking at what the atmospheric temperatures are like on there, the pressures, the consistency of gases on those moons or planets. Looking at what could survive on those planets because of the different pressures and the gravity and whatever. It will then have an effect on what kind of life will be on that planet. If it's high gravity, then the life form will be extra rigid to hold up that gravity. It might walk around slower. It might be a different, maybe certain life forms don't grow very tall.
Yeah.
Their bone structure will be very dense because of the gravity or whatever. Different, maybe there's no oxygen or low oxygen. So things might be just so different. I mean, they just have to almost guess, according to science, what life will be like on different worlds because of the chemical makeup and its surroundings. It's not going to be like Earth, where things are mostly on 4 legs or 2 legs or whatever.
Yeah.
On some planets, there's no, there might not be, actual ground, like rock ground. It could be a gas planet, so maybe everything's flying around in the atmosphere. Maybe it's bacterial, microbial life, or if it grows any bigger, it's like could be like jellyfish, just flying around in the atmosphere. It could be anything like that. So he narrates all this stuff. It looks really good. It's coming out on Netflix real soon. So that's one I'm going to watch for sure.
Yeah. And all I got to say is get this guy like a YouTube channel. I'm talking about you, Deval. This is get you narrating stuff as well, man. Like for like school kids or whatever, man. That'd be brilliant. I'll listen to that shit. That'd be good. So this is on Netflix, right? So this is Alien World season 1, and it's on Netflix. And when's that coming out?
Oh, it's next month. It's December the 1st, I think.
Okay, December the 1st. So go check that one, folks. Now, this next one, it feels like as if we've been waiting ages and ages for this because I think they were filming it. They weren't filming it, but now kind of like a trailer's come out. This is called Chaos Walking, and this is Tom Holland and Daisy Ridley. But apparently, I think this movie's been filmed maybe a year ago or a couple of years ago, Deval. Is that right?
Yeah, it's been filmed a while ago, and obviously it's been delayed and stuff because of the pandemic. But it stars, just like I said, Tom Holland. What's her name? Ridley Daisy. Is it the other way around?
Daisy Ridley. Yeah.
Ridley Daisy.
Ridley Daisy.
Also, your friend's in it, Mads Mikkelsen. He's in it as well.
There you go.
But this one, it looks weird. I saw the trailer. I didn't fully understand what was going on. It's like his thoughts are projected. It's weird. His thoughts are projected. Somehow it's like, as he's walking around, it's almost like a little cloud. And his thoughts are being spoken out loud and stuff. It's just a bit weird, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really know what's going on. They're kind of running from someone. Do you know what? I don't fully know what's going on with this film. And that's what I like. Yeah. Honestly, that's what I like. I just don't really know. It is a bit of chaos, isn't it?
It is. They filmed. Now, check this out. I was just reading on Wikipedia. They finished filming in 2017.
Are you serious? Wow.
Yes. 2017. This wrapped up, and they were trying to get it out, and delays, and obviously, like you said, pandemic and stuff. But man, wow. So Doug Liman, so fans of Bourne, the first Bourne movie, he's behind this one, and he's done other kind of other big movies as well. So yeah, and it's the first of a trilogy. Well, it's based on a novel, which is a trilogy. So maybe if this does well, we could see maybe 3 movies come out of it. But yeah.
Damn. Okay.
Chaos
I'm ready
walking.
for that. Ready for that one. Maybe you can be walking, then Chaos can run, then Chaos can jump. It could be like a progression.
Absolutely. All right, this last one, I just want to kind of quickly speak about this, and it's called the Underground Railroad, and the guy behind this is Barry Jenkins. Do you
Oh,
remember
okay,
that
okay.
guy?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So obviously Moonlight famous because obviously it won the Oscar, but the other movie was called out. I can't remember what the other movie, La La Land, that was it. So they called out La
Yes,
La
that's it,
Land.
Lala.
Yeah, they called out La La Land, but then apparently that was all wrong, and then Moonlight won it. So this guy Barry Jenkins, he's back now. He's making what are they called? It's a miniseries. It chronicles the young journey of a person called Thuso. I hope I get this right. Thuso Mbedu, and the journey as she makes a desperate bid for freedom in the antebellum South. So she's trying to escape a Georgia
Oh,
plantation, and after escaping, she kind of hears of a rumor about this underground railroad, and
mm,
she, alongside hundreds and hundreds of other people, they kind of like escape, basically from their, life of slavery through the tunnels, through this
mm.
underground. And the miniseries is basically a look at, the lives of these people. And the teaser trailer that is online that you can get right now is so powerful and devoted. There's not a single
Is
word of
it?
dialogue. You know what it is, how it starts off. A whole group of people, kind of like looks like an underground, and the camera
Mm.
just pans back, right? And you see all these different faces, and they are looking directly into the camera, and that's all you're seeing is a close-up of all these people, and then just the title, the Underground Railroad. And I was just like, this is powerful. It's going to be, do you remember the Cynthia Erivo movie,
Oh, what's her
Harriet
name? Oh my
Tubman?
gosh, Harriet. Yeah,
Harriet,
yeah.
it's going to be kind of like in the same vein as that, this historical kind of story, given love, given treatment, given the treatment that it deserves, obviously, considering, what type of period that we're living in right now. And yeah, man, this is going to be powerful stuff. And the only thing that I will say is if you go onto YouTube and have a look at this trailer, and if you go down and look at the comments, loads of people were like, I'm boycotting this TV show. And when I was reading about it, a lot of people are basically saying, oh, why did Barry Jenkins, apparently he's cast British actors to play African Americans. And a lot of people are like, why can't he get like American actors to play African Americans? So there's
Oh,
this kind
yes.
of like weird little there's
Yeah.
this weird little subtext, like this whole debate going behind it as well, which I found kind of like fascinating as well. But if you can see the trailer, watch the trailer, and then kind of look into the whole thing. And there's a whole kind of like a hashtag called ADOS as well. Look into that as well, ADOS. And
Mm.
yeah, man, it kind of like, yeah, it's big. So this is going to be good. It's going to be great. Whatever it is, it's going to spark another debate. So we'll speak about it on the show. All right. Okay. Anniversary corner, Devaldo. What's cooking?
What's cooking? Well, we did mention what's his name, Johnny Depp, earlier on
Yep.
regarding his beef that he has in court with his ex-wife Amber Heard over those allegations of abuse and so on. This film is called The Ward, and guess who is directed by? John Carpenter. Stars Amber Heard and Daniel Panabaker, who's in the Flash TV show, and also stars Jared Harris, who is actually in. Is he not in? No, he's not. Or maybe he is. Is he
Chernobyl.
in Chernobyl? I think he might be. Yeah, yeah, he's
That's
in it.
him. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's had a famous dad.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay. So this film, yeah, The Ward, 2010, so 10 years ago. Quite a quick film, hour and a half. It's about an institutionalized young woman who becomes terrorized by a ghost.
Shit.
So today's anniversary corners are a bit ghostly, a bit scary. So yeah, that's what's happening today. But yeah, so I saw this film quite a while ago, and she does do a good job in this film, Amber Heard. And yeah, I mean, it's one of those films where you just don't know what's going to happen. She's being chased around. She's already in a place that where people think you are not, right in your head. You have, a few issues. So if you say, "Oh, I've seen this, I saw that," or I'm hearing voices, no one's gonna. They're just gonna give you more
I
pills,
know, man.
But in this situation, it's for real. She is hearing stuff and seeing stuff. So it's
Damn.
actually quite a decent film, and she runs around half of the time in this little 90. So it's not too bad, is it?
Loads of people are
See,
going to watch it for that.
just have to go there, innit? I just have to. Why can't I just talk about the film? Why must I go there? Naughty.
Don't worry, don't worry. You know, listen. It's just the nerdy thing that we do, right? We just kind of just you know what geeks do.
Yeah.
All right, okay. Now that was the award. That was from 10 years ago. So go check it out. 2010. Now next one, I think I remember this. This is called The Skeleton Key. 15 years. And does this star Jennifer someone? No, I'm getting it wrong.
Yes, Hudson, isn't
Jennifer Hudson. That's it.
it? Jennifer Hudson. No, sorry, Kate Hudson.
Kate Hudson.
Yeah, Kate Hudson. Peter Sarsgaard is in this film. Rena Rollins is in this film. John Hurt is in this film as well. And this film is, it came out, 2005. It's 15 years ago now. Directed by Ian Softly. Softly does it. And it's about a hospice nurse who she's working at a sort of spooky New Orleans plantation. And she finds herself just, entangled.
Oh, gosh.
In a sort of a dark mystery about the past and the history of that location. And it gets very, very sort of, what can I say? It gets very, very spiritual.
Okay.
Yeah, it gets very, very spiritual. And you can just imagine what doors the Skeleton Key opens.
Ooh.
So I remember seeing this film a while ago, and it was kind of spooky. I'm not going to lie, it was kind of spooky. It wasn't the most scariest film I ever saw. It didn't leave me unable to sleep, but it was okay.
Wow.
It was okay. So yeah, I mean, I think it's one of those ones that if you're looking for a nice little horror film, bit of a spooky atmosphere, a bit of an old school film as well. Can we say old school? 15 years old school? Maybe not, but it's oldish.
Yeah, kind of.
And yeah, this one wasn't bad.
Not bad.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
So give it a watch.
Yeah, go give that one a watch, folks. And now this next one, Ginger Snaps. Now this one is a werewolf one, if I can remember. Is it one of them turns into a werewolf or something? Is it right?
Into a werewolf? Where did you get that from?
Okay, maybe not then. Maybe not.
Maybe you could be right.
This movie's got, that's it. It's got a cult following, this movie, and it's about, who does it star actually? It stars Emily Perkins.
And yeah.
Okay, who's Emily Perkins? I don't know who Emily Perkins is.
Emily Perkins, you know who she is? Emily Perkins is Emily Perkins, man. Right. She was in Juno. She was in Ginger Snaps 1 and 2. She was in She's the Man. She was in Supernatural for about 10 years.
And
she's been in a film called Extraterrestrial that came out in 2014, which actually is a decent horror film.
Oh, is it?
It's a decent horror film, yeah.
Is it? All right, okay. Well, listen, this one, there's a town called Bailey Downs, and there's been dog killings. Yeah, this is it. So there's been a lot of dog killings. And
I was joking before.
A couple of teenage sisters, they kind of... They're a bit weird, aren't they? The way they kind of like fascinated by death or something.
Yeah. They're like you get this kind of like gothic-y kind of girls or guys in a school when they form their own clique. Anything weird that goes on, everyone blames them, and bullies them as well.
Yeah, exactly. And one of them gets bitten and then they start turning into like a dog or something, or what? What is it?
Yeah, something mad happens. Yeah, so they're actually death obsessed. These two sisters, they love anything to do with death, the occult, all that kind of stuff. And one of them is bitten by a deadly werewolf, and that's what gets Ginger to snap.
Basically, yeah. Oh my gosh!
But this film is directed by a person called John Fawcett. John Fawcett actually also directed Orphan Black. So he likes a bit of the darkness, doesn't he? So yeah, it's an okay kind of film. Tagline was "She's got the curse."
Okay. Yep.
So yeah, I mean, it's all right. It's all right. We'll give it a go. Give it a go.
All right. And next one, Haunted, 25 years ago. Now, this is like your typical haunted movie, right?
Yeah, typical haunted movie. 25 years ago, 1995. Gordon Bennett.
I know, man. Gordon's
1990.
Seriously, and who was in this
That's
one?
a long time ago, man.
Kate Beckinsale.
This one, a young Kate Beckinsale. Yeah, when she was doing just English or UK stuff, really. Back when she was really, really young, because she's actually British, isn't she?
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, this one is literally as it says on the tin. but a skeptical professor visits a remote British estate. It's always in an estate, isn't
Oh,
it?
hello.
Or a manor.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, exactly.
What's behind this
But
door?
he goes there to
And he gets
he goes there to
clapped.
debunk allegations of we say.
I said, what's behind this door? And he gets clapped by a ghost or something like that.
Is it? Is this the one?
No, I'm just saying, imagine. It's like, oh, hello, what's behind this door? And they open the door and some like pompous, like gets clapped by a ghost, like scares them or something.
That's what you call a soul clap. Oh my gosh! But yeah, this one he goes there to debunk allegations of all this like ghostly happenings, but soon finds himself haunted by the ghost from his own past. So it looks like he goes there. It must be like a place where the ghost realms are open.
Right.
Anyone that goes to that manor or estate finds that they are also linked to that ghost, and anything from your past, anything like that, just sort of comes out and bites you on the ass. So. Yeah. It's based on the novel by James Herbert.
Oh, James Herbert. Well, right, okay. So if that doesn't scare you, maybe this history behind this next one might, because this is the Amityville Curse. This is from 30 years ago. Now, I remember I watched the Amityville, I'm talking about the old one from was it 70s or 80s? That one freaked me out, actually. That's based on a true story.
Yeah, do you know what? I want to stay far away from this kind of film. Amityville, I watched a documentary on that one and it shit me up, man. It shit me up.
Deadpool himself, he appeared in a reboot or something like years ago. I remember watching that one. But the old one, oh my gosh, man. Seriously, that shit gave me nightmares. And, you know, this whole thing about like something whispering in your ear and telling you to do stuff and, you know, you start seeing stuff and then before you know it, you just basically blown your whole family, like, you know, family's head off and like, you know, practically that's what we're talking about over here. So this one from 1990 and it's based on the novel of the same name and it's the fifth film. I didn't even know this. It's the fifth film in the Amityville horror film franchise. And yeah, you know, so it's pretty much more the same. Oh, that was it. It happened in 1974.
Yeah.
It happened in 1974. So, and this movie is like 12 years after that event, kind of like takes place and happens in the same town, happens maybe, I think, in the same house, I think it is, Deval, from what I can remember.
Yeah, they go there and spend the night there or something because they know the history of the house and then obviously mad shit happens. But you're right, this one was one of the sort of later versions. It only got 2.something, 2.3, 2.9 on IMDb. So it's one of the shittest ones, but...
That's so funny.
But still, I mean, Amityville is just, yeah, it's a true story what happened there, isn't it? The guy really killed his whole family because he was told to do it by some sort of entity. Yeah. Which is just a madness, man. I mean, that's crazy.
I know. And we're going to kind of, we'll kind of speak about, but this kind of nicely leads into, you know, the film review, the film that we're going to speak about. So if you haven't seen any of those Amityville movies, folks, go check out, obviously, the original back from, you know, whenever it was, I think it was in the late 70s or in 80s. And then come back and watch this next movie that we're going to speak about. It's called The Dark and the Wicked. You'll be able to find this movie. Actually, Deval, can they get this? Will this be on Rakuten?
Do you know what? I think it is. Yeah. It's on there. Yeah. Right. It's on Rakuten.
So listen, if you win that Rakuten code, you can go out and watch this movie. As I get older, Devaldo, I'm more and more inclined to be shit scared of these types of movies nowadays. I've kind of figured it out now. So, you know, the thing where like, you know, the gory and the blood stuff, you know what? Yes, they can be shocking, but I think it's the psychological, the unseen type of horror is kind of what kind of affects me the most now. I've kind of like, you know, figured that out now. And this movie is a lot like that. It stars, Marin Island. Have you been watching the Umbrella Academy, by the way?
I haven't seen season 2 yet.
All right, she's in this actress is in season 2. She's great. She's fine. She's fine in that.
Okay.
But in this movie, she's great. So she plays an actress. She plays a character called Louise. So it's Louise and her brother, Michael, played by Michael Abbott Jr. They are called to their family home in some place in the south of the United States. And, it's this big sprawling farm. They've got animals. They've got kind of, this land to kind of take care of. And their dad is ill. He's in bed. He's kind of hooked up to kind of like, a breathing apparatus. And it's just, for the moment, it's just been the wife looking after, the dad. And the beginning of the movie, it's flipping, it's ominous, it's scary. Shit starts to happen literally within the first 5 minutes of the movie. And when I was watching it, I was like, uh-oh, it's going to be one of those types of movies. So then the two children, the two siblings, they come over and, the mum straight away is like, why did you come? You shouldn't have come. Like, go back. I can take care of this. And when you think about it, which child is going to kind of like go back? If that's your own man or if that's your parent, you're going to be like, no, I'm going to hang around. I'm going to stick around. But maybe the mum was saying it because of other reasons. But who knows? Maybe, I don't know. You'll have to watch the movie and find out. As the movie progresses, there is tragedy. There is crazy shit that goes on. There's things that are, walking about. There's things that are being whispered in people's minds. There are truly scary things that go on. Like, the movie's called The Dark and the Wicked, and it kind of hinges on this thing where out in the world, you get, obviously bad people. You get like wicked things that happen to good people. And this is very much that case where these are good people, but something evil is obviously happening to this family, and the children are trying to they're trying to be there to, be there for their parents. But at the same time, there's something evil lurking around in the house. And you know what, Deval, that shit scares me more than anything now, I think.
You know what? You're so right. This film, when I watched it, I wasn't sure what to expect. This is also in conjunction with Shudder, isn't it?
Yes, yeah.
I think, yeah, Shudder are doing a lot of good horror films at the moment. But yeah, you're right. It's a total constant sense of dread and like deprivation, of depression, of just everything that is just negative and bad. It's just, you constantly feel it with the sounds, with the lighting or lack of lighting, people's mood, the dress, the color, everything. All the life is sucked out of this film just by watching it. And also you can see the life slipping away in this person, the dad who's ill. But it's just this. It's just lack of any kind of positivity in this film. I'm not surprised they called it The Dark and the Wicked, because everything about this film is dark and wicked as well. But just looking at, I watched this film and I'm not going to spoil the ending, but I really like the ending. For me, the ending made the film, because I think in certain situations, certain films like this, where there's dark, like evil spirits around and stuff like that, I think it justifies the ending, because
yeah, I know
these things are just powerful. But yeah, this film was directed by a person called Bryan Bertino, and he also directed The Strangers from 2008.
Oh, yeah.
One that stars Liv Tyler.
Yes, yeah.
He also directed that. And he also directed, he wrote The Black Coat's Daughter, or February. It's got two names. And that was a hidden gem that I sort of spoke about maybe about a year ago. That was a really, really, really good film. A film that many people don't really know about, but it's a dark, another film that also has a lot of, from the get-go, it's just very depressing and dark, and you just know something bad's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's just about when. And it seems like he's good at this patient kind of slow build atmosphere. So yeah, I like this film. It was really good.
I know. And it's like I said before, like at the beginning, like, I've kind of moved away from that, the shock and the horror and the gore and the blood and that sort of stuff. And it's these psychological types of movies now which are kind of like affecting. And I'm like, shit, man, like, I don't know, maybe it's because I've got my own family or as I've gotten older, but it seems to feel like as if it's like that's, that horror, that shit, man, this can happen to anyone. Like, this is, and there's wicked and there is evil out there in the whole world, and it can take many, many, many forms. You get serial killers. A lot of people will say, well, that's evil, that's wicked. And then you got this supernatural stuff, which kind of, you can't shy away from it. There's people out there who say it's there, and like, so it's just one of those fine lines. But as a movie, I was hooked, I was gripped. The music was kind of terrifying as well. And, just this whole descent, this family's kind of like this whole family trying to be there for each other. But at the end of the day, it just basically goes to shit, and, bad stuff starts happening. So yeah, I would definitely recommend it. I'm probably going to give this movie a decent, I'm going to give it like a good, 7.5, verging on 8, type of a thing. I was definitely impressed. And if you haven't seen The Black Coat's Daughter, go out and watch that one as well, and maybe, team up with it with this movie as well.
No, nice one. I think I'll give it a similar mark. Yeah. Really, really good. So definitely give that one a try. We can bring that one on Rakuten. So let us know. Get in on YouTube. Leave a comment. Maybe you can watch that there too.
Exactly. All right. I think that's all we've got time for in this week's episode. Join us again, Devaldo, where we're going to bring you more movies and more hidden gems.
Oof, definitely. Next week we got 2 great hidden gems lined up for next week. So next week you're going to get a hidden gem overload. So be ready for that, guys.
All right.
Really good ones next week.
That's bye from me.
Okay, peace out. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Just pop in the Flixters podcast.